Hey guys, what's up? This is #Taylor. This is episode number 3. We're about to pop in and check out my dude Sam Holder, one of the dopest shoemakers in Barbados, but a hidden gem. So let's head over to this cave and see what's cracking. Samuel.
Hey.
What's happening, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Sam, I gotta tell you, bro, you are to me like one of the hidden gems of Barbados. Your craftsmanship is outstanding, your technical approach is outstanding, but you're still kind of obscure. You're still kind of, under the earth, kind of hidden, bro. We had to break into the cave to come find you, bro. We had to you know what I mean? So the first thing I want to know about is who are you as a person? Not even before we get into the craft and what you do, but who's Sam Holder as a person? What's your philosophy? What guides you?
My basic philosophy is oneness. One with the creator, one with the entire universe.
Okay.
That's it for me.
I see.
It's not complicated.
How does that though now factor into your work? You know what I'm saying? How does it, if it does?
Yeah, it does factor into my work. And so when I'm working now, I don't see my work as negative or positive.
Okay.
I don't think in terms of this is bad, this is good. I just see, well, this is the shoe that I'm working on.
Okay.
And from this point of view of being one with everything, you become one with your tools, one with your shoe.
Okay.
Even if you make mistakes and whatever, you still got your head on. You're still cool.
Okay. So there's a kind of marriage between you, the craftsman, and the craft.
Precisely.
Okay. So Sam, man, I know that you've been in this game for a minute now. How'd you really get into it? You know what I mean? Where did that come from? What's your background? How'd you get here, bro?
I follow the shoemaker.
Right.
I follow the shoemaker.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So the business was already here going.
Okay.
So I was living overseas for a little while, and then I moved back to Barbados, and I started to play around with it, get some books and stuff. And basically, I'm self-taught. I kind of like working with my hands.
Right.
I kind of like doing anything with my hands, anything artistic or creative, woodworking, art. I like that.
Okay.
So shoemaking was right in my alley. I started practicing, and I keep at it. And this is the end result. Well, this is not the end result because there's so much to the craft. There's still a lot to learn for people now.
Even at this level?
Yes, there is.
Okay. So Sam, I know you for making sandals, mixing some outstanding, cool designs.
Yeah.
But I also know for a fact that you are a shoemaker. You'd be termed a cobbler. Is that right?
Shoemaker.
Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the difference?
Cobbler is supposed to be a rough approach to shoe repairing.
Oh.
As far as I understand it.
Okay.
Like if say the business of tailoring, and you were to do some base stitching or whatever,
Yeah.
just putting this piece together.
Yeah.
That's what cobblers do.
Okay.
But shoemakers, yeah, they give you a finished work of art.
I see. So Sam, what is it really that you love about leather? That you love working with it, Is there anything in particular about leather? I work with fabric. I work with, I build clothes. But you build shoes, you build sandals, you do leather works. What's it about that medium that's your thing?
The thing you could tell is that it's a natural product. It's alive or at least it used to be. You know, I find that pretty fascinating.
I get you.
I don't have any problems with different types of fabric or canvas or whatever.
Right.
You know, the fact that I work in leather, that's not etched in stone, but it's my number one thing. You know, and it lasts really long, and you have there's all this flexibility going on. You know, it's easy to shape into the shoe or sandal or whatever, because some fabrics, they don't have any stretch or anything like that.
They don't have that give.
Yeah. No. So it's really a headache to get it done. You can get it done, but it's not as easy as if you were using leather. Right. So leather is pretty much the perfect material for making shoes.
Okay. When this type of attention goes into the workmanship, to me is a luxury product in a sense. It's a high-end product. It's a top tier product. So the cost should balance out all that type of attention, the type of hours and focus that's going into it. Do you get that type of customer coming to you and saying, yeah, I'll spend X to get that specific thing that I want?
I almost don't, which is unfortunate, because there's so much involved in producing this shoe. You start with your basic glass. It has nothing on it. This is exactly how it came from the manufacturer.
Yeah.
The last scar is a steel plate, so that when you start to nail, it's an entire nailing process. So the steel plate would turn back the nails when they go through and stop them from coming out. So this was the whole idea. You had to do it that way because you didn't have any fancy machinery, and this was the fastest way to do it. You couldn't do it any other way.
Wow.
So if this person has a really wide foot, which in this case he does, what you have to do is to take girth measurements around the joint, which is around the toes.
Right. And
then you take measurements around the instep.
Yeah.
And then you take measurements from the heel across the instep type of thing.
Okay.
And those are the basic measurements that you need. And then you go and you start to build up according to the measurements that you
Right, so this is the foundation here.
Right, yeah. So, and apply pieces of leather and reshape them.
Okay.
If you look at the bottom, you can see right here.
That was the start.
Yeah, that's it. This is the original last right down through here.
Yeah.
And all this stuff here, this is the leather that I had to
build
on.
I see.
To all at the back and getting it to fit and look good and everything. You're talking like well over $1,000, maybe $2,000. You mention this to a regular guy, he's gonna think that you're insane. And you can't blame it because, I mean, he has a family and groceries, gotta buy groceries, so you can't spend $2,000 on one pair of shoes. But what happens is that every now and again, you will get a customer, and you can tell that this customer, he can't purchase anything from the store. This is how important this is, because his feet are either too wide, his instep is too high, or he has fallen arches, 6 toes, or whatever the case may be. But when these guys come along, you still try to make it, you know, you're sort of like, you're getting an opportunity to put your craft into action.
Yeah, to solve a problem. Right. Yeah.
So then you said, well, I'll do it for probably $600 or something. Even that sounds outrageous. I told a guy that a couple of weeks ago. He says, "Gee, man, you're not helping me. That's all of that." So then he stood here and watched me. I think I was working on this particular last. I was just shaping this up, and he's looking at me, and he's looking, and then he says, "Geez, man, this is a lot of work. You really?" I said, "Yeah."
Did you guys used to make for the government, like make shoes for the government industry?
Yes, that's how it started. My dad used to make shoes for the police.
I see.
This was back in the 60s where Barrow's government was trying to find craftsmen as opposed to importing stuff. So my dad stepped up to the podium and he started to make shoes for the police.
I see. Okay.
And it's all by hand.
All by hand. Yeah, like because how many shoes we talking about though, man?
Well, you had a maximum of say 800 pairs for the year.
Wow. Bruh, 800 pairs by hand?
Yeah, so he used to work night and day, literally.
Wow.
No time off. Do you have machines? You have machines that can stitch on welds, and you have machines. Actually, we have machines now downstairs that would last down the shoe and everything.
Okay.
But he would have to last down the shoe.
Right,
Last
it's
the
a
shoe
hand
by
thing.
hand.
Okay.
So he would just sit there, and the only time he'll take a break is if he's going to go to the washroom or he's going to eat. So he would eat, and as soon as he finished eating,
Yeah.
he's back on
Boom,
the job.
steady.
Has the radiation just above his
Right,
head.
right.
So he was well informed too, you know. He'd be carrying conversations and he's there beating on his shoes and he doesn't break, he doesn't stop.
Same.
He's carrying this intense conversation with you and he's just nailing away with like he was focused.
I dig it.
He was focused. He realized what he did and he realized he had to deliver and that was the only way.
Yeah.
So he just sit his butt down and got to it.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. How you feel about, passing your skills on? I mean, like, do you do that? Are you about training or about other people coming under your, tutelage?
Yeah. I'm more than willing. Actually, some years ago I had a class that was actually free. Because I was looking to find somebody that have a genuine interest in making shoes,
Right.
as opposed to somebody that is just on the surface and romanticizing the shoemaking thing. So that went on for a while, but there was no real person with potential.
Oh.
But some years back, I ran into my Rasta friend here, Tommy.
So Tommy, what's happening, brother? Good to meet.
Yes, my brother.
Good to meet.
Yeah.
You've been with Sam for how long then?
It's approximately about 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
All right, and why Sam, man? Why? Because there's a lot of people working with leather. Not necessarily building shoes, but certainly working with leather and doing leather goods. But why Sam for you?
I couldn't find any boys that could step up the work I want to do.
Same.
And Sam was the only person that I knew that could push me to the level that I wanted to get there.
Right.
I didn't know anybody, so I had to choose him.
I dig it.
And he's really good, so I gotta be good like that.
Yeah, I feel you. Sam Holder, thank you so much for having us, bro. I appreciate it so much. Sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. Taking us through your paces coming up. I think it's dope, man, and I hope it's been inspiring for me. I hope it's inspiring for others who are checking it out. This is #Tailored. You're watching us. Watch us. You already met Sam Holder, dope artisan, shoemaker. Now we're about to meet Jason Lewis. Come with me, let's head over. Jason Lewis Shoes. Bro, thank you for having us here. #Tailored is great to have this opportunity to talk to you about what you do, bro.
I am eager to tell you all that I can.
Sweet. First thing I'm wondering about though, man, is what's your background? Because as far as I know, I don't think it's in art or design. So where are you coming from when you decided to go into a shoe line, creating your own line?
I have no background in art, no background in design. What I have was a love for shoes.
Okay.
A deep love for shoes.
Right.
So that transitioned me into doing a lot of research. And I spent a lot of time learning about the brands, the more popular, the more expensive brands. I lusted behind owning a pair of bespoke shoes.
Right.
And that was always very far out of reach. The higher end brand shoes start, Gaziano and Guerlain, for example, is $1,200 US for a pair of shoes.
I see.
So I kept looking, kept working, kept investigating the processes, and then I took the jump one day.
You're not really coming from art, you're not coming from designing,
No.
you're coming from like, I just really love shoes, man.
That was the large impetus behind starting Jason Lewis.
I dig it.
I wanted to bring a black-owned high-end men's shoe to the world.
I see. So Jay, the way that I understand it, your shoes are made internationally. They're made in
Spain.
Right. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm wondering why they're not made in Barbados.
The honest answer is cost. It is not that they can't be made here. It is just financially improbable to make them here. The price point to sell a pair of shoes, if made here, would make my shoes 3 times as expensive as they are right now.
Really?
I would have to import the leather, I'd have to import the dyes, have to import the machinery. There currently I am not sure if there's anyone here with a Goodyear welting machine on island, and all of my shoes are Goodyear welted, and to offer that level of quality here would price me very far out of the market.
Okay.
COVID-19 caused me to reevaluate how I was making money. I traditionally was in a totally different sector. I have a folder on my desktop that is labeled as projects/dreams.
Right.
And I decided I was going to pick the wildest and most outlandish next business idea and run with it, because 2020 has shown me that nothing is out of bounds. There are no limits at all to anything. Okay, bought some samples, and I was very fortunate since starting to have very good customers. One customer bought a sample pair of shoes, offered me without even letting me leave the room. Put them on, tried them on, and said, "Thank you very much."
Right.
That was my very first pair to sample.
Right.
That's how business has been going for me.
I see. What I'm curious about is the design. You know me. I'm coming from a design end. I'm also coming from a maker's end. I'm curious about the designs that you come up with, that you choose.
Where design is concerned, I am weak in that area, significantly. It is the area that I know going forward to separate myself from the other lower end brands and to have to step it up.
If perhaps you need more than that,
You ask some help.
design wise, then you might need someone who's a creative.
Yes.
Who could do maybe the models.
Yes.
That then get further replicated. So there is someone possibly.
There's someone here who was attempted to start making the shoes here.
Okay.
If and when he is ready and he can, I will transition.
Hi guys, thank you for joining us. #Taylor. This episode we met with 2 dope designers, craftsmen, entrepreneurs in their own right, in their own lane, bringing out their own brands, making their shoes, putting Barbados on the map. Thank you guys. We look forward to seeing more from them. Join us next week on our next episode, #Tailored. This was Craftsmen of Our Feet. Good looking out.